But and but yeah, like it also has opportunities for you to have new clothing options, for you to perfectly express your Inkling as yourself, and it also has new weapons for you to always try out and new maps for you to explore. So yeah, this game does offer lots of playtime, in my opinion, and and there's always the question of how far you can go, as every day there's so many aspects to this to learn, and you can truly show your dominance on the field after lots and lots of practice. But I will also consider queuing up to a game towards the end of this recording. Oh, this is a good, and also forgot to mention that there is another class of weapons besides long range and melee, as there are weapons that also vary, like the close range weapons. Like the long range weapons vary in abilities, such as the roller covering a large distance, while the Octobrush can't like cover that larger of distances, but can also be used a little bit more rapidly as a melee weapon against enemies. But like also there are weapons like long range weapons that vary in attack rates. There are like some that provide more powerful like attacks that deal more damage to your enemies, but also like they reload slower, while there are some that do smaller damage to your enemies but also reload faster, allowing for more attacks. Also, there's two different classes of ranged weapons, for those with longer range and stronger attacks, but they have smaller times to like load up the shots, while there's ones with like automatics, but they're weaker and they have shorter range, such as the Splat Charger. That is a long range weapon with a short. There is a longer weapon with. Oh, you can use the camera. Well, but there is like the Splat Charger. That's a longer that is a weapon with a longer range, but like requires more charging to use, but it also has a more powerful attack. So if you are able to get the charge off while right in front of an enemy and you can hit them, then they're pretty much good to go. But like due to like you requiring spacing, like Splat Chargers will require a tall ledge for you to use them, such as the one that I have like right here. Hold on, don't use the camera right now. Such as this perch that I talked about, like that has better spacing and it's inaccessible from like straight up, and it requires a small detour route to be able to like reach it, like if you have a melee weapon and like aren't that prominent in using it quite yet. So yeah, using this right here would be a good place to use this like Splat Charger sniper like weapon. It is popular for people to get into this game while playing with their friends. So like if you have like 3 friends and you guys are like a designated like team and you guys are all like dedicated with playing to each other, you guys would, and if you guys like to win a lot, then there are like strategies to that, such as like everybody having a different type of weapon, that you guys having strategies on how to approach the enemy team on different maps, and how to adapt to different strategies that the other team uses. Oh yeah, and that also reminds me, there are some short so if I click the up arrow, there's this way, and down arrows booyah. So yeah, those are some quick communications to your team, I suppose. But yeah, like also if you are truly dedicated to playing with them, there's also known on the Nintendo Switch, there is a smartphone app for you to call with your friends while playing, call with your with the people you have friended on your Nintendo Switch, like as you guys are both in the same game. So that's also something you can do to quickly start communication with your team instead of starting like a four-way call on like your iPhone or something like that. It's far more convenient when you just like realize it and you can just request them and they can accept and guys can just play together on a whim. Oh my gosh, I've like fully inked this entire map. Let's just create some blasts. There we go. I just look determined looking over the horizon. But yeah, I feel like that's basically the premise of Turf War, like for you different kinds of players. And also, before we move on, I'd like for you guys to comment what if you guys are playing, if you guys do have this game, how dedicated of a player are you? And if you if you don't have this game yet, tell me, would you purchase this game or not? Well, before you make that decision, I suggest you do this because we will. How about, I was thinking we could explore another game mode, and we will rarely on occasion see another game mode introduced, as that has happened before. I'm the least familiar with. I think like Splat Zones is probably like a certain area you have to cover with your team. Tower Control, I think I know that one. You guys, there's a certain area that both teams have to like stay inside of and keep it like inked in their color. Rainmaker, I believe is like Turf War, but with like more insane like usages of weapons, like such as more common special attacks and Clam Blitz. So I feel like we'll do this one. I feel like Scorch Gorge is the iconic map introduced in Splatoon 3. So yeah, we'll check this one out. Love these animations in the bottom, these loading screen. Okay, we'll go over here. Bang. Remaining. Okay, so we're on yellow. So we're on like a lime pastel green. Yeah, slime-ish green. Lime green, like slime-ish green, like pale green. I don't really know. But as remaining. Now, obviously, there is no other team. They're just putting that other team marker for just, like, consistency reasons. But this seems like it'll do something. Not really familiar with these apps, as I said, I'm just a casual. But I know these aren't here. Oh. Got it. Oh, okay, so this is, instead of using a secondary attack, so you can throw those without any cooldown. So there is no secondary weapons allowed in this, but you can run into these guys and collect them. Okay, so I feel like I understand what the premise of this is. So it's basically you collect these clams and escort them back without the other team retrieving them. Okay, so you can collect 4 in total. See 3 up there. Okay, so I feel like you can collect any amount as of right now, or more than. Actually, I might go back, see how many clams I can get. So I think there is, from what I can tell, so we're collecting these. Oh, okay, so you can collect a total of 10 clams on it and turn it into like this football. Okay, so there's nothing at my home base, but oh, I feel like I understand. You're supposed to throw the clams at the other team. Seems like you're supposed to throw the clams at the other team. Oh, at the other team's target and pop it. Okay, I understand it. Oh, I got it. So you gotta throw them into their other thing. Okay. Okay, and this shows. Okay, and the barriers back up. Oh, okay, so I feel like I understand the premise of it. So their barriers back up. So the idea is for more than one person, but you can also store these clams over here. Okay, so if I collect it, I feel like it can. Okay, so after you use this football, it transfers into another team's football, so you can't reuse it. Okay, so it seems like the clams deplete after moments of being set out. So that means that I can have infinite, like, I can keep regenerating. So if I get 8 clams, it transforms into this football. That has a very small trajectory, so you need to stay close to it. And then, what the? My controller disconnected. So 8 clams, you can collect them across the area here. Use this to make the routes. You can't collect any more without like this football. If I throw it here. Okay, and if I and you're meant to keep throwing clam. So you got to throw a total of a few hundred clams. You have to throw a total of 100 clams at this area. And, or well, so like the footballs do, but like to you gotta. Oh, and using it resets the timer, so you can basically, if you can have enough teammates on here, which is like, if you can have all 4 of your teammates on here, which is unrealistic, as the other team will likely be trying to stop you. So if you, after a little while, their barriers back up, but if I collect it and throw the clan, okay, so it's not a football, it's just a mega clan that's supposed to symbolize what a football does. Okay, so I feel like I understand, so after this, I can use these superpowers to fend off the other enemies. So as like, let's say my other teammates are defending our target right over there, and like and fighting off the other teams. I might, like, let's say I have my team of 4. Two teammates would stay back there. One teammate would be going over here and defending me as I handle throwing these clams at the target. And then after all my teammates deplete, after all of the damage required is depleted from this from our like quota, we could say we win. We win the game. We just have to do it faster than the other team. Do this, I can do some. Oh my gosh, I threw it out. Okay, I'm not as efficient at this, but okay, so you can use the right trigger to do it, but like, and you use A to throw the clams. But failed, then we win. I don't know if we will have enough time for me to practice other weapons. I believe we'll have to save another video in another time to complete those. You know what, I'll do a different weapon for this one. I feel like I got a memory of what this splatter shot Tentatek does, or well, this splatter shot Tentatek. So let's just compare it to the regular splatter shot. Museum. Yeah, I'll go to the museum. Animations. Confirmed that spot, but with my trigger I used it to confirm that spot. Let's take a look at some of the art. Okay, if I do it, it creates a bubble. Oh, okay. So I did it, and I don't retreat. Okay, and that activates it by standing on this podium. I lost the Rainmaker. But anyways, guys, this is HarplyGame'N signing off. See ya!